Welcome, Gemini and Gemini cross-watchers, to your mini weekly reading. So I hope you guys have had a great weekend. And of course, thanks for stopping by my channel. So I will have some second half of June readings coming out later this week. So please keep an eye out for those. And thanks for throwing my cards across my table. So we have the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. We have the Six of Pentacles reversed and the Ace of Wands upright. So, Gemini, I'm feeling that you are this Ace of Wands energy, but please flip the roles if that resonates, okay? So I feel like you had to have this new beginning. It feels like an energy of someone that has, like, something was very unfair, and I want to say, like, uneven, unbalanced, and I feel like you kind of found the nugget of gold, or I guess you could say the silver lining within that situation, picked it up and moved on, right? And I feel like, and now you're kind of pushing forward, but I feel like there's somebody here that has, it's like either they saw what you did with it or they heard about what happened. Excuse me. And I feel like this person, it's almost like they would love to kind of offer you something. It may be love, it may not, okay? But I feel like this person, it's almost like they feel that whatever they have to offer is so much less than somebody like you deserves. I feel like they may not kind of like tap you on the shoulder and be like, hey, I have something over here, right? It's almost like you would have to, you know, I want to say like look back to see it. That might sound strange. I feel like whatever this is that you, this kind of silver lining that you've turned into this new beginning, I feel like it's something that you're doing behind your back. Not in like a sneaky, deceptive way, okay? But if ever you've heard that saying, like, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, right? So it's almost like you're taking care of this thing here, but then this hand is kind of almost going into a different place. I feel like to start something, and it's almost like with this wand, you're going to this new thing and being like, hey, this is what I really want. I'm going to finish this up, but this is where I want to be. So, for example, if it's a job-related thing, that's great, words. Sorry, Gemini, I know you guys are the mercurial sign, so I'm sorry. But it's almost like, let's say you have a full-time job that you, or like a career that you were no longer interested in, and now you're starting this kind of venture, but you're starting it part-time, right? So it's like you're working towards this thing that you actually really want, that you're feeling called to, while you're finishing up this other thing, right? And it's like, it's not that you're being it's not that you're acting in secret or with secrecy. For some reason, I want to say that. I feel like more you are, it's just like, it's nobody's business what you do in your off time. I also feel some of you, maybe not all of you, but some of you really like to surprise people, right? It's like it's almost like you seem to enjoy the look of surprise on someone's face when they find out that you've been doing something kind of impressive all along that they didn't know about, right? It's almost like, I want to say like it's the most harmless trickster energy, right? So it's not trickster in like you're trying to trick somebody to get something out of them, right? It's almost like you kind of, if someone is not underestimating you, but it's almost like if somebody looks at you in a certain way, I feel like you kind of enjoy when they have to have this like moment where they have to adjust and see you in a much bigger light, if that makes sense. So I also feel that whoever this person is that kind of wants to make this offer, I feel like you might know that there's an energy that is interested, but I actually feel like you don't know who it is. And it's not because you're not aware enough or you're not intuitive enough or whatever, okay? I feel like it's kind of going back to that analogy, right? Where like this is your full-time career but you've got the wand over here that you're kind of putting this energy into the part-time stuff, right? So it's like you can feel, I want to say that like that someone's got their eye on you, but it's almost like you don't quite have enough resources to feel into or to tap into what or who that is, because you're spending the bulk of your time, kind of keeping whatever this is, whatever, we'll use the full-time job thing, but whatever this thing is afloat while you build the foundation here, right? Because you're not stupid. You're not just going to jump into this new venture without having a plan in place. I mean, I'm not trying to generalize you here, but I'm about to generalize Geminis. Like, you guys have a freaking plan for everything, right? And it's almost like you seem to have this way about you where you've got like all these different little tendrils, or I want to say tentacles, but not in a bad way, right? Where you've kind of got all these little feelers out. So it's like you're kind of feeling out this situation and it doesn't work. So, okay, you're going to feel that over here, right? So I'm not trying to flip anybody off. And so it's like you're just kind of in that energy of feeling different things out. And I feel like there's so much new information that seems to be coming your way, and so many smaller decisions that will have an impact on bigger decisions later, that you're focused on what you're doing right now. You're not so focused on whoever's got their eye on you, because it's almost like you're not doing what you're doing to impress anybody, right? You're not doing it to appeal to this person or that person. You're doing it because that's what you want to do. And it's almost like the inquisitive part of you, it's like there's a little itch in your brain, right? That you kind of want to know who that person is, but I feel like it's not a big enough presence. It's not a big enough, for lack of a better word, deal for you right now for you to pay attention to it. I do feel that it may distract you at times. But I feel like whatever this Ace of Wands is that you're pushing towards, it does feel like that seems to be kind of so exciting that it's like whatever this other thing is, it's almost like an afterthought. So I think we're going to pull just a card on this Six of Pentacles reversed. We have the Ten of Wands. Just checking to make sure the deck isn't upright. And there's my hair. Sorry about that. I kind of feel like whatever it is that you had to push through to get here, I mean, obviously it was challenging, right? Because it wasn't fair. I feel for those of you that it was a situation that it wasn't fair, you actually saw it coming, right? But it's almost like you were so, something else was taking up so much of your energy that you kind of weren't able to prepare for impact. And I feel like that left a bad taste in your mouth, right? It's like for somebody that likes to be aware and see what's coming and those sorts of things, picking up on little intricacies in human body language to kind of assess certain situations. And it's almost like you may have known that something was coming down the pipe, but you were so busy dealing with this other thing that you didn't see it, or you weren't able to do anything about it anyway. And I feel like there was a lesson learned there. I mean, obviously, right? So it's almost like you were in an energy where it felt like you were giving a lot, you were working your butt off, you weren't making it, you weren't getting there. And I feel like whatever it is that you've done here, I'm kind of picking up that you're feeling so grateful that you didn't give up on yourself, that you took whatever gold nugget or silver lining you've got here. Is that the... Sorry, that you took whatever, all of a sudden I'm drawing a blank. Hold on for a second. That you took whatever you needed and brought it into this other situation where you're just kind of starting out on it. And I mean, obviously you're not happy that things were really difficult, but I feel like it did seem to put you on a different path, right? It's almost like you pre-registered or re-registered for something that you've always wanted to do, and it's like, and now you're doing it, and it's almost like people might even notice at your full-time job or like at this other thing that is the bigger thing that you have to do, right? It's almost like people there may notice that somehow you're happier. You know what I mean? It's almost like they're looking at you like, why does Gemini seem to be happy doing this when last week Gemini couldn't stand it, right? And I feel like it's because you know that whatever that is, there's a time limit because you've already started something else. So I think I'll leave it there, Gemini. Kind of feel like I'm rambling. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing week. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.